I ask is a tall ship and a star to sail her by.
All aboard, everybody.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Yes, it's Veterans Day, and I went back and forth trying to say, America, let's look forward. Think progressively. Move ahead. As you know, I've always said as your professor in my tiny house, and this is your professor coming to you once again, high in the hills of Petacotia, which is somewhere outside of America, I believe. Although, as I've said in the past, I've always said the tiny house is too small for political statements, but tonight I'm going to make an exception. Just like this. Because, fellow Americans, we have new promise. We can move forward, potentially. We'll see, but remain optimistic, and that's what I'm here tonight to do, is to say I'm not the party of the right, I'm not the party of the left, I'm not heaven, I'm not hell. For God's sakes, I'm your professor. Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Hi, from the hills of Petacotia, helping you celebrate Veterans Day. I am your peace patriot. That's me, your peace patriot. And, I have my own common thoughts, and like I said, I don't go too far off in political realms at all on my Tiny House Live show, but I'm making an exception tonight because I believe, regardless of what party you represent, regardless of lifestyle that party makes you fall into, I think it's time we all need to think about the bigger picture. Yes, your professor wants you to think about the bigger picture. No, not the scary ones, not the corporate pictures. I'm talking about the people picture, the humanity pictures, the things we need to move ourselves as human beings and potentially positive creatures on this planet forward, not backwards. So that's where I'm coming from tonight, and I'm going to break some rules, and I'm going to break another rule right now with you, because you know what? That's right, my fellow Americans. I'm drinking a toast. I am drinking a toast to a progressive new year. I'm looking a little bit ahead. I'm being hopeful and optimistic. That's what I want us to do tonight, is be hopeful, optimistic, and informed, my friends, because until we spend more money on healthcare and education, it's a downhill spiral. Here's my toast. Treats. That's right. People are still coming in, and I welcome you. Come on in. Sit down. Sit down and relax. Hey, I've got some things for us tonight. I definitely have some things for us tonight. I've planned this somewhat. It's kind of spontaneous for me, but that's half of what I do in my tiny world, It's because it's all about, kind of improv, kind of train of thought, kind of like, hey, what's going to happen next? I don't know. But you know what? I do have a message tonight, and I'm going to jump straight into it because it's important. We have a message. We have a possibility. We have an opening in the vortex for us to walk through if we think about it. I'm bringing it to you. You ready? Sure you are. From the Redwood Cafe, Soul Fuse, doing People Will Rise Up. Damn right. About time, right?
Let's try to live it up if we can. This is the People Will Rise Up. We can stand on the side, hopeless and little, or take that easy slide to the comfortable middle. Or we can fight for peace and raise our hands. We can fight for justice and take a stand. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. You can laugh at them and lie to their face. Stand them up and spray them with mace. You can blame them for their lot in life. Tell them that it's their fault for their struggle and strife. You can pound your chest while you have them in line, but it's a matter of fact, in a matter of time, that the people will rise up. 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 Help me. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. You can use your power, discourage dissent, and demonize the poor while you raise their rent. You can shout from the rooftop that you want your country back, to when freedom rang, unless you were red, yellow, brown, or black. We'll speak truth to power with blood, sweat, and tears, and it might take a day, it might take a year, but the people will rise up. That's right. The people will rise up. The people will rise up. The people will rise up. You say you love women and you hear their voice, but when it comes to their bodies, they don't have a choice. Say you understand and have a better way, but when it comes to work, they don't get equal pay. No, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Rise up and rise up. Al Garth on tenor saxophone. And you got a big tent, you got a 20 feet to get your hay speed set. Love your fellow man, yes you do. Listen, but not if they're LGBTQ. You can bug their phones and hack their mail, bring false charges and put them in jail. You can pull them over for the color of their skin, shoot them dead in the street, and avoid prosecution. Justify torture as a means to an end. But history tells us again and again that the people will rise up. The people will rise up. That's right. The people will rise up. The people will rise up. Help me. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Come on now. Rise up, rise up. Yeah. Rise up, rise up. rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up. Yeah. I'll swing that thing. You know our hearts get weary sometime. Have mercy. But we got to rise up. Come on. Help me. Rise up, help me. Rise up, yeah, play that thing. Rise up, throw the peace sign up, it'll do you no harm. Rise up, the people will rise up. The people will rise up. Come on. The people will rise up. The people will rise up, yeah. Hey, rise up. Thank you. Bless you. Peace and love and hope, Linda. All right, that was great. Thank you.
Amen, brothers and sisters. Amen, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, right there, Roger there. Roger Bolt, Roger Bolt, Soul Fuse, coming right in your way just because they have the right idea. Am I right? Come on, I got some woos. Here we go. All right. You know, it's Veterans Day. I am your peace patriot. Wait a minute, what happened to me over here? There I am. Hello. Good to see you again. Get my focus and mocus. And yes, you know, why the look? I don't know. I changed my looks. Yes, I didn't have to shave today when I do this, by the way, so who knows? And I didn't even have to put on clothes today. It provides it for me. So welcome to my kind of Veterans Day. Although I am seriously paying much respect to many of the fans, friends, and family that I lost during, well, we'll say the Vietnam War, because that's what happened in my youth. Let me back out of here. Come on, get serious here for a second. Get serious. Where are we, by the way? Where are we, Professor? Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Glad to see you still coming in. Welcome. You know, we're going to have some fun. We're going to pay some respect. We're going to look forward in our lives and future of the planet and this country we live in, and even Petacotia, the country that I live in. Most people don't know where it is, but it's like halfway between Petaluma and Katati, a world all of its own, and that's why I am your fake professor, by the way. Did you know I had a D.O.P.E. degree? That's a degree of personal experience to you, by the way, if you're really paying attention. But I digress, my friends. There's a lot of things coming up tonight, and I'm just going to pay a couple respects to a few things. Then we're going to dive off into something else that you would never expect. Because what would you expect from your professor on Veterans Day, your peace patriot? I'm going to hang that on my hat. I need a hat now. You know, I'm going to have a guest on my tiny house on December 2nd. excuse me, my jazz band in the back is drinking too many cocktails and playing a little loud. As you know, I took some time off a little bit. That's why this is Time Off with the Professor, where I just kind of freeform my way through the world. And I'm going to stop right for a moment, go back and pay some respects to all of you right now, my fans and family and friends and all of you people out there. Even if I don't know you yet, I will. You come in and stay here long enough, I will. So, and you'll be back. You'll be back. You know how to find me, don't you? You know, don't you? Look right now for that notification bell. It's way, way, way up there in the corner of your screen, and it says, hey, every time the Professor goes live in his tiny house or the Redwood Cafe, my little bell goes off, and you get a notice, and you kind of go, wow, I could do that right about now. Or say, no, he's silly. I think I'll save him for a late night. But when it gets weirder. But once again, I digress. Find that notification bell, set it to all so you'll always find your way back. Think of it as little breadcrumbs that bring you back home to your tiny house. I like that. I like that. See, right off the top of my head, you know, I love that. All right, I'm going to pay some respects because people are checking in and they're saying things like, loving this, and whoa! I paid respects to Mike Silverman, that one guy radio on my last show. Had a lot of fun playing some of my music video syncs. I'll be getting back to that one guy radio in the near future, no doubt. But in the meantime, it's just you and me. You know, we're all kind of in the middle of this, wondering what the fuck's going on around us with the fires and the COVIDs and the politics. And as I say, it's a new year coming up, and we have a shift in gears. We'll see. It's still corporate America, but we'll see. I'm optimistic, and you know, let's look beyond the personal characters that are supposed to represent us. Let's look at the machinery behind those characters that create these situations. That's as far as I'm going with that train of thought. So let me go back and pay some more respects, because Charles, oh my goodness, McGinnihy, sounds Irish to me, lad. He says he's loving this, and you know what? Dude, I am too. So much. Listen. Where are we? Tiny House Live. You knew that. Tiny House Live. You know, people have already been telling me what their family does, you know, during the early part of the war, whether it was World War I, you kids don't remember that. World War II, potentially you do. We go back to Vietnam, which essentially affected me. But I know there's other people out there like Jojo Sefa. She says, my dad was a submariner and became a pacifist. You see, there is hope. There is hope for all of us in this world when it comes to actually learning and moving forward. Never stop learning. Always move forward. You can trust me. I'm a fake professor. All right. I told that already, right? So, and Laura Womack, there you are, Laura. Now, I saw you pop in, but I haven't had a chance to say particularly hello to you. So I'm coming very close. Here I am. Here, ready? Hello. Hi, Laura. That was just a little special thing that way. And Josep, Jojo. That was for you too. There you go. Hello. And Stan Card. My goodness, we have stories, Stan. You know, someday we need to get together in my tiny house. We can talk merman stories. Stan worked with me with the merman and audio engineering for years. Love you, buddy. Good to see you checking in my show. And of course, Tiny House and the Radio 1 guy. I pay my respects. I know who's talented out there, and I follow them. They don't catch me, but I follow them. Robert Sherrill, you're not there, are you? No way, brother. You're always there, and I love you. I love you. Where's my fog? Here it comes. I can feel it coming around me. Never mind. All right. What am I going to do next? Shall I tell you something? What did I need to tell you? Oh, I was starting to tell you about a special gift I have coming up, but I'm going to hold off for a second because I have a special tribute to play right now. Which camera am I on tonight? God, I got 5 of them around me. I don't know. This one right here. Hello. I have a special tribute tonight. And, you know, like I said, I'm not going off on the political tangent too much. You won't see me waving a flag very often. I don't need one on my back of my truck to remind me where I live. I just have to be positive. And that's the big point tonight, my friends. Be positive. This optimistic energy will help change the force that we've been battling. And please, just move forward. Look back. Remember the mistakes. Learn from your mistakes, but move forwards, my friends. These are little bits of professorisms I will be dispelling upon you during the evening. Why? I don't know, because you're here and you're listening, and I love you for it. That I do. All right, where am I going with this? I know I was going to play a special little tribute coming up, and it's in the political realm. As all of these things tonight will have a little touch of that. But I have a very good friend that I'm working on a new music release with and doing a music video for, David Petrie, and he sent this little thing out the other day. I grabbed it really quick because I said it's so short, it's so heartfelt, it's so to the point. It is so American. It's American. But that's okay. And that's why I waved the flag, by the way, in the beginning of all this. Because you know what? I could wave flags from all around the world. And so far, I haven't really developed a flag yet for Petacotia. I'm working on it. Trust me. I know what it looks like. It has a Louis, a llama, and a big water tower. But once again, I digress. I have a train of thought for you. Just a wonderful piece from a friend of mine. It was so simple. It was so eloquent. It was so, what I like to say, honest, that I just had to play it. I had no choice. This is from my friend David Petrie, and I'm looking forward to, like I said, working with him. And let me just give you a little glimpse of where all this is going before I. Here we go. Here we go. You ready? Where are we, by the way, Professor? Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. That's right. For at least another half hour, 45 minutes, something like that.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home. Sweet
As I told you, it's a short thing. It's good to pay respect. I don't wave the flag. I don't preach politics and Americanism much, but at the same time, I appreciate my life up to this point. I appreciate my opportunities that I've been granted, and I appreciate the people who've helped bring those to me and secure them. There's a couple viewpoints that'll be coming up this evening, and that's one of them right there. And it was interesting to me to see whether the number rise and fall during that little segment, because when you do things like that, you begin to wonder, what are people going to think and do when they see somebody singing God Bless America? And this is why I stay away from politics, because it's really too divisive. But you know what? I'm there. I feel that way today. I'm looking positively in front of us. That's what I suggest you all do in this time to move forward. Negative thinking is not going to help us. We've been there for the last 4 years. Let's seek positive, move forward, and hope we can get something progressively move forward. Am I correct? That's right. I know I am. I know. Yay. Darn right. Darn right. So I'm not preachy. I'm not being preachy. I'm just standing on the as your peace patriot tonight, standing on the platform of no war. Am I right? No war. Who needs war? They'd fight the wars anyway, all in the air anymore. They don't, it's just kind of crazy thing you think about. My last thing I'll say before we dive off into another realm, because gosh knows I've got a bunch of them for us tonight, is if we just diverted some money from the military budget to pay for health care so everybody could be healthy, and actually not at cost, no profit health care, at the same time provide energy and education for everybody who needs it, we'd be a much happier and healthy society. If anybody really cares, corporate America. Anyway, I'm off my pulpit. I'm not going far that way. Where am I, by the way? Lost in Tiny House Live. No, I'm not lost. I know where I am. I know where I am. What I need to do, though, on that note, it's time we really get some feeling. We need a personal trainer. We need somebody who's going to come and give us a good train of thought. And I need to change my character into somebody else. I think we'll see what happens when I come back. But you need to hear this, because this right here is, think of it as a progressive development of your character and achieving the things in life that you want to. And actually, a little special note too from a very good friend of mine, PJ Malone, who came in to give us some motivational things to think about. So here we go. We're off to something else. Just like that. Why? Because I can, and you're here in my tiny house. Tiny House Live.
Your dreams come true. Just do it.
So I hope you liked my ukulele, but you ukulele fans out there, you are the master. You can do this. You don't just need to give up. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust your heart.
And you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
The world lives in a spiral, and the sky starts crashing down. Whirlwinds lift survivors off into the clouds. Daylight breaks with envy of what the night has dawned. And morning soon forgets, and another day is born, where anything you see is right within your reach, and anyone you want to fall falls at your feet. You can get anything, anywhere, anytime you want, baby. Anything you see, anything you need, anything you want, still the puzzle's incomplete. How about my love? Do-do-do-do-do-do. Don't forget my love, baby. Fall apart for me. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I'll start from scratch with you, girl. And just maybe you found the missing piece is right here in me. World twists in a spiral, and the sky starts falling down. Whirlwinds lift survivors off into the clouds. Anyway, that's it. I'm not going to go on too much.
Everybody's coming to my house. Everybody's coming to my house. I'm never gonna be alone, and they're never gonna go back home.
Oh, come on back home. Come on back home. Come on home to your tiny house. That's what I say. That's right. Patrick Malone. You know, a lot of my friends, and Shrub, by the way. Shrub's come in and he's done. Oh, here I am tonight. That's right. It's actually me, isn't it? Well, what do you know? I have a real face. Why the face? Why the character? Why not? Just glad to have you with me. That's all. Tiny House Live, your professor, right here, coming to you live in my regular world every Wednesday night, 8 to 9 p.m. plus, sometimes with guests. Sometimes we have a little time off with the professor, and that's what I'm doing tonight, just kind of hanging out with you. You know, celebrating, honoring more than celebrating our veterans of our country. And, you know, I was one of the many blessings of my life was that in high school, 71, I graduated in 71, that'll date me right there. The Vietnam draft was happening, and I lived on a small block in Long Beach, California, Southern California kid, beach guy, and I, you know, a number of my friends went. We had the lottery in those days, and we had to pick a lottery number, and they gave you, or I should say, they gave you a lottery number, and you had to, under a certain number, I believe it was under 300, and you went, and above 300, you didn't have to go, and my number, kids, was 324. And I have been a lucky man ever since in my life. Somewhere a higher power said, no, you have something better to be doing. You need to be sitting in a tiny house, delivering these kinds of words of positivity and concept to people out there in the world, just because you, my friend, can do it. You can do it. Did you like that? Did you like the motivational speakers? You can do it. And the little guy with the ukulele, man, heartfelt right there, beautiful stuff. I just had to throw those in there because that's what it is. We need some motivational speakers. We need some encouragement. That's what we need, and that's what I'm trying to do tonight, everybody. Good to see you in my tiny world. Every, like I said, every Wednesday, and sometimes other days, sometimes other days. What do I have to tell you before I carry on with more stuff? Because I have a very special thing to play in a minute. Kids like rock and roll. Stick close. You're going to like this. It's right in the vein of where we're going. You already saw one video from the Redwood Cafe. Of course, I can't wait to get back to work. Yes, I've been collecting unemployment. Yes, I feel like I'm on a paid vacation, but I want to go home. That was good, wasn't it? I want to go home. Well, I want to talk about that in a second because we're going to go somewhere in just a second. So hang out with me. Don't go nowhere. You're going to like this. But, if you want to find more of some things I'm doing in my tiny house since they've locked me in here and won't let me out for the last 7 months, is it 8 months already? It might be. I have a number of channels you can follow to see what my antics are. I'm looking over the edge, kids, and some channels show you more of the fall than others. I'm going to tell you right now that if you want to go back and see some of my Halloween show on my Tiny House Live, that was particularly a wonderful experience for me in here as I developed my little online persona of my home and life. And the other thing is I've got a new station up called My Chefs of Heaven, The Chefs of Heaven, where I don't speak a word. Isn't that amazing? It's just like an entire show about nothing. No, that's not true. I just don't have to speak. And I don't really project myself like this. I use all Snapchats, so I can very easily, quickly, without any effort, just be improvisational and go over the edge and hopefully have you follow with me with umbrellas and see how far and how softly we land. And that's really kind of my goal in that show. So The Chefs of Heaven, as well as combining that with recipes. You've been seeing some of the things I've been doing with my cooking on my Facebook page, I hope. And the Chefs of Heaven recipes and photos all go there, as well as your musical hors d'oeuvre for the day. Bon appetit! Bon appetit! So check that out. That's what is that? That's facebook.com/groups/The Chefs of Heaven. Very simple, just like here. Facebook.com/Tiny House Live page. That's where we are right now, and that's where we're going to stay for, another half hour. Awesome. Yeah, I think it's time for another toast. Darn right it is. All right, America. All right, America. Oh, by the way, I want to throw some extra love out to Michael McCullough, who inspires me in more ways than people know, because, he's the owner along with Mustafa that owned Redwood Cafe. So I appreciate his thoughts today, and, I can't wait to get back to work, Michael. I think I said that, but I'm missing watching everybody's back as I work while they dance. So that's going off of my own tangent. I won't stay there because I won't be remorse. We have a new year to look forward to. And on that note, let me tell you a little what's going on New Year's Eve, because I'm going to go back on New Year's Eve and pick out some of the very best live New Year's Eves that I have videoed personally from the Redwood Cafe and present to you on New Year's Eve, because ain't nobody going out. A super New Year's Eve. I will be broadcasting to the Redwood Cafe page as opposed to tonight, like my Tiny House Live page. I share them both. We're also broadcasting right now on the Redwood Cafe page because they all need to know what's going on, especially when I'm playing Redwood Cafe clips, right? It's only fair. It's only fair. And by the way, where am I? Tiny House Live. Tiny House Live. Well, let's see. That gave you a little update of what I'm doing. I mentioned Sherry Phillips, December 2nd. I am really looking forward to that. And that's where we're going next, kids. That's where we're going next. You want a rock and roll show? Damn right you do. And how about somebody, when Sherry walked off stage, and by the way, Sherry Phillips, this is Hangman's daughter, right? This is where Sherry came from. This is kind of where we are. But Sherry Phillips, Hangman's daughter, when she walked off stage, she gave me a hug, and I looked at her and I said, I've been engineering bands for 30 plus years and now videoing them for about 4 or 5. And it's just, some people belong on stage. They do. They just belong on stage. I could give you a list. Honestly, I could give you a list. But when you're engineering somebody, you get a personal relationship and a long-term relationship in the case of Hangman's daughter and Sherry Phillips. So she will be my guest December 2nd. I am going to rock your world. I'm going to rock your world. So that's all I'm telling you. That's all. That's fair warning right there. So hang on, grab yourself something to drink, put your feet up. I don't know. Oh, let me go back a second because people are checking in, and I need to say hi to Bonnie Petrie. Bonnie, I just played David's little piece just a few minutes ago that you videoed on your phone. Thank you very much. You'll be able to see that when this is over. You can go back and relive this moment over and over and over. So, and I'm really looking forward to getting David in here, and I'm hoping we can do that on Friday the 13th if it doesn't rain. All right, that makes no sense to anybody else, but it does to you, I know. Haiki, that's right, instrument of peace. By the way, notice, yes, I am your peace patriot. I am an instrument of peace. And I played Patrick's video to prove the point. There you go. So, where do we need to go next? Let's see. A sacred number is 324. You're going to have to tell me more about that. Gary Chateau, my brother. Look at you coming in at 8:30, giving me a half hour to play together. Good for you. Good for you. That's right. I'm glad to see it. You know, I still don't understand the concept of top fan, Gary. I mean, I love you. You know I do. I got people coming in here all the time, and it's just like, I don't know how to control that. I want everybody to know right now, your professor has no control over who the top fan is. He knows, personally knows, who his top 5 are. I can't say there's one particular person that's my top fan. Gary, I love you. You know I love you. And Bonnie and Lori and Yosefa, you know, the list goes on. You know, 324 is my draft number. That's right. That should be my lucky number. Honestly, I was blessed. So 324. There's my new toast for 2021. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to rock. We are going to rock. Sharon, hello, Sharon. All right, family's checking in now, and Stan Card's back around, and you know, life is good, ain't it? It's getting better. That's exactly when I'm right. Darn right, it's getting better. Bring the kids in. All right, let's rock. I want to rock. You ready? Let's just do it. I'm ready. Are you?
Rubbing your hearts. My heart too. We've all waited a long time for this night. Am I right? We've all been pressed down, shoved through, survived a lot lately. And I'm so, so grateful we're all here together tonight. So let the music be our medicine. And our relationships be the salve that heals all things. Can I get an amen? This is Mark Hawley, by the way. He's so cool, he doesn't even have to touch his guitar for shit to come out. He's just like...
The whole thing's on tape.
Waiting for an answering will not come this time, my friend. Waiting for a voice that's wise, I'm falling over you. I try not to get too depressed. Hope is on the rise again. And everything you wanna make has come to mind tonight. Today,
days, I'd go back to you just the same. And every time I near the end, I fall for you again, again, I'm falling, crashing, falling, crashing, so ringing, crying, loving you, falling, crashing, burning, loving you, falling, I'm crashing, I'm burning, raging, loving you,
Rock and roll, dude. Darn right. I love rock and roll. I love rock and roll. Yes, give me Foo Fighters. Give me Foo Fighters and I'm a happy man. Let me mix the Merman again. That would make me happy, Stan. Wow. I got half of a song right there, punk rockers. Anyway, Hangman's daughter, Sherry Phillips, doing what she does best, man. Being on stage, being honest, and just putting out like you wouldn't believe. God, she's inspiring when I see that stuff. You know, I've got a lot of great clips coming up. Hey, Gary, great clip, he says. Great clip, Gary says. Sherry's a friend of mine, and I love her, of course. But must have missed that night. No way. God, Hangman's daughter's only played a few times. 2 or 3 that I've been on. Anyway, you can relive that moment. I might go back on some more of that. Maybe, you know, what I'm going to bring on New Year's Eve is going to be a lot of fun. That I'm going to tell you. We're going to run a show from 10 to midnight on that night, kids. 10 to midnight. And I'm going to play nothing but 9 Inch Nails. That's not true. Even though it looks like I might play 9 Inch Nails right now, I'm not going to. It's going to be clips from all the New Year's Eves from the Redwood Cafe and some fun stuff. And yes, you will see yourself there. Welcome to my tiny house live. Yes, that's where you are right now. House live. Tiny house live. And it's not so scary. It's a good place. It's a good place to be. Sometimes I go off on musical tangents. I'm not going to do that yet. I've got a couple more orders of business to take care of. What I'm looking down on my list here. Let's see. I talked about that. I talked about that. I talked about that. Wow, I did pretty good. I went down my whole list. I got nothing to talk about. I might as well. Good night, everybody. No, that's not it, really. We'll figure out some way to spend a few minutes together. We'll be optimistic and move forward together. Let me bring in my fog machine. Hold on, that always helps the environment in my tiny house. That's right, I've got a fog machine under my bed. Come on in.
Who is it?
Who is that?
It's me, Dave. Open up, man. I got the stuff.
Really? Dave's here? No way. Well, let him in.
Who is it?
Who is it?
It's me, Dave, man. Open up. I got the stuff.
Let him in.
Who?
Dave.
It's Dave, man. Open up. I think the cops saw me come in here.
Oh, man. No way. Not these days. Ha ha! It's legal in California. No way. No way. Anyway, I digress. Once again, where am I going to lead you next? Well, you never know, really, on my show, and that's half the adventure. You know, I'm enjoying, and I will be doing, on that note, I will be doing a season 5. It's going to take me a little while to recoup from my season 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which has now lasted over almost 3 years I've been doing this, believe it or not. But really, my season 4 started in January, February, March. Was it April? Yes, right after April Fools. As soon as the COVID hit. That's right, John Duncan. You love Cheech and Chong. You know you do.
Who is it?
We all love Cheech and Chong, and I hit a copyright edit slap every time I do that clip, but they don't care because I don't monetize this show. This show don't cost nobody no money, no way. That's my goal in life. Have I tried to make money? Would I try to make? Who knows? Someday maybe Netflix will wise up and syndicate me. What do you think? Who knows? Tiny House Live on Netflix. Stranger things have happened. I could give you a bunch. Curse of Oak Island. There's a bunch of them. Anyway, Anyway, where am I now? Wind chimes. Are you looking forward to the rain this weekend? I'm looking forward to the rain this weekend. That I do. I shelter. I get more stuff done when it rains than anybody in the world. And that's something I just love. I woodshed. All right, where am I going here? What am I doing now that I'm blathering? Oh, hold on now. Hold on now. I need to know how you all feel about tequila. We've got a few minutes still, and I need to know. It is kind of the drink of choice in Tiny House. When my guests arrive, I typically offer them as well as soup because I make them dinner as well. And that's a wonderful thing, you know, when friends come visit you. And I never do interviews, as I tell them. This is not an interview show. This is friends coming to my house with cameras on. We talk, we play music, and we look at videos together. We drink some agave. We laugh and we go home. It's a beautiful world I live in. And I welcome you into it when you get the call going, you know, the professor would really like to see you on his tiny head live. And you go, well, maybe I should go. Maybe I should do this. After all, what else am I doing these days? I'll do anything to get on air. Dave's not here. All right. Oh, tequila. All right, let me see here. Jojo, do you like yo-yo? I'm going to stick with yo-yo. Maybe that'll be nice. That'll be different for you, wouldn't it? How do you feel about tequila? Particularly agave. Shazandra checked in. Well, the party's starting. There we go. Now we're getting our people who usually come in late, coming in almost toward the end, but I'm going to run on tonight. Tequila, always waiting for the worm. No, John Duncan. No. Hold on. No. No, I'm sorry. Stop the show. Stop the show. I love tequila too, but tequila with the worm is turista. It's turista, man. It's not mezcal. It's not the good mezcal. It's the tequila with the worm, meant to give you, the turista, something to take home and make your friends drink and go, it's only a worm, but don't worry about it. It's not that weird, but anyway, I had to stop the show because I can't work like that. I just can't work like that. When somebody gives me something I can't agree with, nobody regulates me. I'm in control of my own time and space. All right. I will forgive you, John. Let's learn something. Darn right. That's right. We like to learn things on Tiny House Live. After all, I am your fake professor. With my D.O.P.E. degree, I will let you think about that as I play you a particular clip giving you some information on good agave and tequila drinking, because I think it's important. Like I said, I offer my guests this and a good meal. It's the right ingredients for the tiny house. It cures the high altitudes that we suffer, besides the oxygen tank, which I keep in my kitchen back there just in case my guests need the extra oxygen, which happens frequently in my tiny world. All right. Time to learn something on one more your tiny house news break.
My relationship with tequila is that it is my shot of choice, and when I have one, I have five.
Cheap tequila always has this weird cheap tequila taste to me. Let's freaking go!
Visually, there's nothing to go off of.
I'm gonna shoot it because that's the only way I know how to drink.
Cheers. Cheers.
Kind of burns, but I like it.
That face didn't last as long as it normally does.
It's more of a scent.
Oh God.
I don't want this in my body.
Okay, it's not as bad as I imagined it, but the smell is horrible. Like, this smells good.
Oh! I'm going first shot, expensive. Second shot, cheap as hell.
I have to say the second one.
Yeah, me too.
This is the more expensive
Oh
one.
yeah, hands
right?
down. This
For
one's more
sure.
expensive. Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's so nice.
This is probably like $80.
That was smooth as fuck.
Is this just Drano?
Oh, that's much better.
Now that is a tequila you can't taste.
This is good. This is better than the last cheap one.
Yeah.
But this is cheap.
God damn it!
Damn! This is so good though.
What is this?
No! I'm apparently cheap as fuck. smell it. I just grew up a hair. That does not smell expensive.
Might throw up.
That was actually pretty smooth.
It is a little stinging on the lips, but sometimes you like that.
Ooh, Sarah.
If that's not Cuervo, I give up all knowledge I know about tequila.
It smells like, yeah, like throwing up in the back of a taxi.
There it is. There's that face.
That's good.
That's fucking nice. Whatever this is, I want
This
to know.
is really smooth.
They're both bad. I hate them both.
This is the cheap tequila. This is the expensive tequila, without a doubt in my mind.
I agree with that.
No way!
I hope to God that's the fancy one.
Yes! Bitch! I can't believe I didn't recognize Jose Cuervo.
This is Cuervo? Come on, are you sure you didn't mix this up?
I like tequila, I think, a little bit.
You kids don't know nothing about tequila. I swear you don't know nothing about tequila. You think you know about tequila? No, you don't. First of all, you gotta break out the Hornitos. Yes, the Hornitos Plata. The Hornitos Plata. Why do I sound like a pirate? I kind of am half pirate tonight. I don't know. I'm on pirate radio. That's totally what this is, you know. It's pirate radio. So, my friends, you take the Hornitos Plata, which I particularly like because that's the peppery flavor, and you put it in a mason jar and you mix it with lots of strawberries. This is very good. Or watermelon. Watermelon. Put it in a mason jar, fill it up with the beautiful agave Hornitos Plata, and put it in the refrigerator, or even better, the ice freezer, and let it sit overnight. And when your friends come and visit, you say, hey, listen, I have a secret thing I need to show you. And you say, what is that? You say, and I say, I have Hornitos Plata and watermelon. But tonight, I have Hornitos Plata and lime. Like I said, I'm talking about politics tonight a little bit. We'll end up with something very special tonight. Don't go anywhere because we are almost done. Ready? Here we go. Sip your agave right now with me. That's right. Come on. Get your glass up. It's ready. Are you ready? I'm good to go. Let's go. Ready? Countdown.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, here we go. Oh, and I say, this is no cheap tequila. It's also no $59 bottle of tequila, I tell you for sure. But I will tell you, my friends, I had the lime and with a little salt. And what kind of salt, you say? What kind of salt would the professor put on his lime? Himalayan sea salt from the Himalayas. The Himalayas put it on their backs with their camels? No. They put it on their backs and brought it down in gunny sacks and put it in bags, and it ended up in the professor's kitchen. Amazing. And with that, I say, it's lime and cinnamon salt. I used to have a friend who played trumpet, and I used to like to sip on a lemon or a lime while he played trumpet. It's really a funny thing. Made him go crazy. I love you. And yes, this is not your professor. I live on the hills of Petacotia with the professor in Pepperland, by the way, and watch him take care of the llamas quite frequently. But tonight, as he slipped out for another shot of agave, I said, Professor, let me sit in for a minute, please. Let me sit in, because it's a fun thing. Let me say hi to your friends, because I need friends. I live here in the hills, and I don't get out often enough. I put on my gold chains, I put on my glasses and my big cap, and I go out on the town, but there ain't no town to go on to right now. So I'm on here tonight to say hello to John Duncan. What in the hell is going on around here, John Duncan? What kind of entertainment is this, by the way? And Shazandra, what are you saying hi to Gary for? Say hi to Gary. Gary, Shazandra, Gary, they have the thing going back and forth. Shazandra, Gary, Shazandra. I like that. Friends come here and they meet and they say hi to each other. It's like we're walking by the street and we're saying, what are you doing tonight? And I'm saying, I'm watching the Tiny House Live. And people say, what is that? What does that mean? And I say, what's this? It's a show almost about nothing. Thank you, Jerry Seinfeld. It's just a kind of a thing I do. I put on a character. I go off and do these kind of things, you know. Sometimes I cut my hair to a short punker. I may end up with an American flag by the beginning of the night because, after all, it is Veterans Day. And I want to tell you right now, my friends, I served in the military. Yes, I did, quite proudly. I did. I swear I did. It was actually the Cub Scouts. They wouldn't let me in the Boy Scouts. But it was close. I was working my way up to ROTC, and I was going to go on and into the career that has always worked so well for everybody, being a professional military man. But instead, no. Instead, I took a different course in life. I discovered music, and I discovered art, and I went over the deep end, and I've never come back. I am now your peace patriot. That's right. It's worked for me. Can't see my fingers. Look at it. Look, how's that happen? What is going on here? You can't. How does this happen? I have no idea. I can't work like this. Anyway, let's go back and say, who's going on over here? Well, I like John Duncan. He's checking in. I like Laura. Laura, do you recognize me? Huh? I've been in this like 7 months now in this tiny house, and I don't look at all the same as I used to. If I keep this up, I am going to make a wonderful Santa Claus. That's what I achieved to be, a wonderful Santa Claus. Anyway, where are we going next? Where do I know I have something left. We're almost toward the end of the show. There really is no end of the show. You know, I can do a marathon sometime. I may make a big pot of extra strong coffee, or 2 or 3, and see how long I could do this for. I wonder how many people would check in with me and encourage me and say, listen, go, Professor, go. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Look, he's going overnight. How is he doing that? You know, I do it because I get to take breaks like this where I bring in my news to give you some information, because we all know you can't watch any form of media these days without a drug commercial. It is all about drug commercials. They pay the bills for all video and online that you see. Are you tired of seeing them? I am. I certainly am. I rent my channel. I pay good money for it. All I hear is drug commercials. They talk about this. They want to cure that. They come up with names like Nanasepi and Upasipi and Abajubi. And I go, I don't know what that means, and I can't pronounce it, and I could never tell my doctor in the first place what that even word was that you even just said. But you're recommending it to me, and I'm going to believe you. And I'm a good American. I want to go out and support the drug company and buy all of them. No, I'm not. Well, I'm a kind of a conservative guy here at the moment. So yes, I am. I'm going to support the drug companies. I'm going to buy all their goods. 3, 4, 5. I need one of those pill packs so I can put all my pill packs in it, because I take so many a day that I can't keep track of them all. And I want to put them all in the pill pack so I can say in this order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through my day, remaining organized. So on that note, my friends, it's time we bring in my new sponsor, my new antidepressant, just for you. Where am I? Hello. I need to go take my antidepressant.
The first ever prescription depressant hit the shelves today. Approved by the FDA last month, Despondex is intended as a treatment for the approximately 20 million Americans who are insufferably cheery. Tests prove the drug is effective at reducing a range of symptoms, from squealing loudly when a friend calls to use of the phrase cool beans and excessive hugging. Dr. Alman Way calls the drug a huge step forward in the battle against exuberance.
If you're in a good mood every so often, well, that's fine. That's normal. This is for those that have a persistent positive outlook on life.
Eva Henry of New Haven, Connecticut began participating in a clinical trial of Despondex 6 weeks ago.
I was always telling people how cute their outfits were and bringing them little gifts. I'd beam at anyone who made eye contact with me. I didn't realize life didn't have to be like that.
Eva said she never knew how her annoyingly chipper attitude was affecting those around her.
Over and over again, I'd ask Jeff to ride his bike down to the botanical garden with me. No matter how many times he said no.
And she was always smiling, but I didn't know what to do to help her.
I used to think, why am I the only one trying to set up single friends with each other? And now I realize it. I was sick. I needed treatment.
Eva says the drug may have saved their marriage.
Now Jeff and I can just waste a night sitting on the couch, watching a TV show neither of us enjoy. Like a regular couple.
Not everyone is convinced that Despondex is the cure-all for perkiness, however. In this week's Time magazine, Michael Polosic of UCLA argues that many patients get similar results from natural remedies, something as simple as a diet of corn syrup and white bread and a total lack of exercise. But Dr. Way disagrees.
We have to erase the stigma attached with getting chirpy people help, real medical help. I mean, do you know what it's like to be around these people? It's pretty fucking annoying.
Doctors estimate the new drug could reduce the number of costume or theme parties in the U.S. by up to 40%.
All right, my friends. You know what? I hope that helped you. Give some more information about all the needs in our life. I think, my friends, it's time for your peace patriot to give you his salute this evening. It is now 9 o'clock, and I'm thinking myself that I'm going to leave you with a very important statement. Now, I don't want you to be dismayed by this character. So I'm going to lead up to this. We're going to lead up to this because it's well worth it. Stick with me. You're going to like this. This is the end of the show coming up. When I say goodbye, I'm saying goodbye. I'm going to play you a video that's very, very important in your life. It is known as the greatest speech. Now, if you don't know the greatest speech, you will soon. It's perfect on this Day of the Veterans, because what I need to do now is I need to convey a deep thought, personal thought of my own, and don't be dismayed by this character's representation. I will tell you this is Charlie Chaplin, and as you know, I'm a huge fan of comedy. No, really? No, seriously, I am. I enjoy the format. I like to help people laugh and feel better. And this is not just necessarily that, but this is important information on this Day of the Veterans that your professor wants to leave you with. So once again, my friends, I thank you dearly for being here tonight and putting up with what I do in general. You know, for me, it's an amazing world, and the fact that I bring you into it for a few minutes each day gives me a little hope that we will continue back to the norm that we know and love. That is me getting back to work, shooting video of you dancing in front of bands. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's really all I want. Okay, you ready? And anyway, so let me go back and say thanks to people who are here with me tonight because I love you all dearly. Jojo, thank you for being here. Hi to you as well. Shazandra, you're a beautiful. Thank you so much, my friend, for checking in. We go back all the way. Laura Womack. You know, Laura, you're amazing. Let's go further. Gary Shatta, where would we be without you, my rock? You're up there with Robert. Robert, you're my rock as well. John Duncan, you're pretty rocky as well, dude. You know, we'll go back further, but you know, I can't go too back because and Diane, Pamela, right. There's 3 names I love. You're welcome. Thank you for being here in my tiny house. All the best to you in this coming 2021. Let's remain optimistic. Let's look forward in life. Let's be progressive. I know I'm on the edge when I say be progressive, but that's just your professor's nature, you know? He likes to say things like that and sip on limes. Well, I'm telling you, it's a good way to live. That and agave.
And you never hear surf music again. It sounds like a lie to me. Come on, man, let's go home.